Hi, boys and girls. Today is Friday, April 24th, and it is Arianette's birthday. I picked out lots of books for her to choose from, and she chose this book, Barbie in the Pink Shoes, for us to read today. She really wants to hear this one, so this is the story we're going to read today because today is her birthday. It was time for dress rehearsal at the Ballet Academy, and everyone was excited. The dancers were going to perform for a chance to be part of a professional ballet company. On stage, Madame Natasha coached her two star students, Dylan and Tara. They danced every step flawlessly. "Perfect," said Madame Natasha. A beautiful young dancer named Kristen was the last to perform. She twirled and spun around the floor. Madame Natasha cried, "This is not the choreography." Startled, Kristen fell and ripped her shoes. "My feet just do their own thing," she explained. Madame Natasha frowned. "Doing your own thing won't get you anywhere." Kristen went backstage with her best friend Haley to replace her ripped slippers. The costume designer, Madame Katerina, handed Kristen a pair of bright pink shoes. "These are for you, my dear," Madame Katerina said to Kristen with a twinkle in her eye. Kristen slowly laced up her new pink shoes, and they magically began to glow. She gasped as her hair turned strawberry blonde and her outfit changed into a delicate blue dress. Suddenly, the costume shop dissolved around Kristen and Haley, and they found themselves in a forest. Somehow, Kristen and Haley had been magically transported into the famous ballet Giselle. Kristen looked around and realized that she was Giselle. Everyone was waiting for her to dance. Kristen's pink shoes sparkled as she twirled. She felt so happy. She was dancing her own way and loving it. Just then, a grand ice sleigh pulled up. "Exactly what is happening here?" the Snow Queen demanded. "I will not tolerate this kind of disruption." Luckily, Kristen and Haley had already made their escape. The Queen commanded that the young dancer and her friend be found. Kristen and Haley ran through the woods until they reached a lake filled with white swans. Stopping to rest, Kristen peered into the water. She had transformed again. Her hair had turned chestnut brown and she was wearing a beautiful purple and white dress. She was Princess Odette from the Swan Lake Ballet. Soon, Kristen met the dashing Prince Siegfried, who asked her to dance. Siegfried was delighted with Kristen's joyful and heartfelt dance and began to fall in love with her. Before he left, Siegfried invited her to his royal ball that night. Suddenly, an evil magician named Rothbart appeared. Rothbart wanted the prince to fall in love with his daughter, Odile. He magically made Odile look like Odette so she could trick the prince into marrying her. Excuse me. At the ball, Kristen came face to face with Rothbart's daughter, Odile. Kristen and Odile looked exactly alike. Odile was talented, but Kristen danced beautifully and with such passion that Siegfried chose her as his dance partner. After the ball, Kristen looked for Haley everywhere, but she was gone. Kristen discovered that the Snow Queen was angry that her ballet had been disrupted again. The evil queen had captured Haley and was holding her in the Snow Palace. Kristen rushed to the Snow Queen's palace to rescue Haley. When Kristen burst into the Snow Palace, she found Haley trapped in a block of ice. "You're just in time for the show," cackled the Snow Queen. She cast a spell on Kristen, and soon the young dancer was dancing to the Queen's evil commands. To defeat the evil queen, Kristen began to dance like never before. She let the music surround her and danced with all her heart. Faster and faster she spun until her outfit began to change into something that was not Giselle's or Odette's, but entirely her own. "Stop that! There is only one way to dance," screamed the Snow Queen. "There is more than one way to tell this story," said Kristen. When she finished her dance, rays of light shone through the palace, and the Snow Queen disappeared. The evil spell was broken, and the ice round Haley melted. "You ready to go home?" asked Haley. "Yes," said Kristen with a smile. She took off her magical pink shoes. The palace disappeared, and the two girls were back at the ballet academy. Kristen and Haley arrived just in time for the big recital. "I've got your costume," Haley said, handing Kristen a new outfit that she had designed for her best friend. It was sparkly, shimmery, and totally original, just like Kristen. As she took her place on stage, Kristen began to dance the classic choreographed moves. Then Kristen felt the music flow through her, and she was dancing with all her heart and soul. Her moves became more modern and original. Suddenly, Kristen's tutu began to shimmer as it changed from purple to pink. Her hair flowed behind her, and a glittering tiara appeared on her head. When she was done, the audience leaped to its feet, clapping and cheering. Even Madame Natasha realized that Kristen's original dancing was brilliant. At the end of the performance, the two-star dancers, Kristen and Tara, took a bow. The professional dance company chose Tara to play Giselle in their upcoming ballet. But they liked Kristen's dancing so much that they also promised to choreograph a new ballet just for her, using her ideas. By following her heart, Kristen had made her dreams come true. Now that book I read because Arianette wanted me to read this story to you guys today. It's her birthday, and we love her, and we wish we could celebrate with her. But right now we cannot. But when we go back to school, if we go back to school, we will give her a big hug and a kiss and say happy birthday. Okay, we love you, Arianette. Happy birthday. I hope it's a really special day. We love you.